Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to a video of a Chinese Jamaican woman talking about African Jamaicans, identity and heritage. Now, full disclosure, I am not Jamaican, so I am coming at this from an outsider's perspective. But honestly, some of the things she says are wild, and there is so much history and culture packed into this conversation. So grab your popcorn because we are diving into Jamaican identity, ancestry, and the whole cultural melting pot thing. Let's go.
Ministry of Education, I have a bone to pick with you. Why are so many Jamaicans ignorant of their own history? Why so much dunce people in my comment section? Oh my God, people, stop it. The Jamaican accent is not an African dialect. The Jamaican accent, like everything associated with modern Jamaican heritage, is in fact the byproduct of the cultural melting pot that our motto embraces. In fact, in terms of cadence, it's most similar to an Irish accent.
I've been shook enough now, to be honest, since the racing. A bit tired now and the legs are like jelly, but yeah, I suppose we did a bit of celebrating and did the podium thing and got to put on the podium pants as well.
You see, as early as 1656, Oliver Cromwell ordered 2,000 Irish children to be taken to Jamaica and sold to English settlers. The extent of Irish immigration to Jamaica was so prolific in the centuries to follow that 25% of Jamaican citizens can claim Irish ancestry, and this includes Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey. So if you never know, now you know. Again, out of many, one people. Number one, Jamaica is not an African nation. It's not a black country. We identify as an ethnically diverse society. People, please just stop it. Out of many, one people, Jamaicans. We do not hyphenate and we do not encourage separation by race. Number two, this one's mine. This is my granny one. This one is my mom's, and this is grandpa. Yeah, it's hardcover. Grandpa died a long time ago. If you are planning a trip to Jamaica and you don't own one of these, you're going to have to book a return flight from where you came. These are the rules. I'm just laying it down for you. If you go to Jamaica and you don't have one of these, immigration will stamp your passport and give you a set amount of time that you're allowed to stay in Jamaica. And if you overstay your welcome, we put you back on a plane and we send you back. You, not me, you back to the country for which you came.
I'm so tired of this narrative. It is simply not true. And I don't know where it started. I don't know who is trying to create this propaganda that Africans don't accept us in the diaspora. It is not true. A great majority of them love us and embrace us and want us to come over there and connect with them. Sure, you have a few that may be saying, oh, you know, don't come over here. But I mean, it's one and two, and most of them are just not in their right minds. Just like you have piece of shit Jamaicans, but I'm not going around and saying, oh, Jamaica is hell because you have a few people who aren't very nice. Check the comment section of the last video that I posted. It is full of comments from the continent, all over the continent. Even on Instagram, I have 50k followers on Instagram. About 90% of them are Africans. Africans love us, especially Jamaicans. Okay, maybe they don't like Black Americans so much, right? You can understand, you know, I love my Black American brothers and sisters, but y'all are hard to deal with sometimes, especially when you come to other places where other African people are. You know, you come with your entitlement, you come with your attitude, you come with your complaining. Like, it's very difficult to deal with y'all because you're American, you know, and that's just the truth. But we love in the same way, you know, but it's not just hard to deal with. But Africans love Jamaicans. They love Jamaicans. Ghana, they act just like us. They actually act like us. That's how much they love us. Come on. And the rest of Ethiopia.
You're Jamaican, right? Oh God, here we go. I know you're trying to take it.
There's ignorant Jamaicans, huh?
The video going around of what appears to be a Chinese Jamaican woman really coming for black African people from Jamaica, particularly those of us who live a foreign, in relation to issues of blackness, Africanness, and the possession of a passport or lack thereof. People are sending me this video and ask me what I have to say about it. And the reality is, I have nothing to say to she. Any non-African person from Jamaica or anywhere else in the world that has a problem with Africans from Jamaica, yard or foreign, asserting our Africanness and our blackness, that a feeding problem. This is not something that we should feel the need to justify, apologize for, or even explain, especially when you consider the colonial and neo-colonial experience of African Jamaicans and how that results in the migration of African Jamaicans, as well as the extent to which the colonizer attempted to sever us from a sense of heritage and a sense of culture. That alone tell you everything what you need to know about the mentality of the smaddy will make that the video there. So when I have nothing more to say about that except to affirm the teachings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey when Africans of his time were being challenged in relation to our affirmation and assertion of racial and cultural pride. Let contrary sentiments and cross opinions go to the winds. We are entitled to our own opinions and not obligated or bound by the opinions of others. Awo. Having said that, I was listening to Running African, hosted by Sister Kabo Ma'at Keru Wadeya, and she featured a story on some events and conversations that were taking place in Jamaica on this issue. Take a listen.
You notice that there is a big conversation going on here in Jamaica right now about Mark Golding and whether or not he's black or white. And you heard a response where, you know, we have all kinds of people, because out of the motto is out of many one. So this is what we're hearing now, right? That, oh, we have Chinese Jamaican, we have Indian Jamaican, and so on. And the person who was speaking, I think it might have been Mr. Morgan himself, you know, called out every other race Jamaican apart from African Jamaican. That in itself was telling.
So it does seem, yes, that the African Jamaicans' assertion and affirmation of our Africanness does seem to make some people very, very uncomfortable. And we should be aware of this and what agenda it serves. But beyond that, make we assert our Africanness and our blackness without fear or favor. And not make nobody make you feel shame or make you feel like you do them something wrong when you assert your blackness and your Africanness. Our heritage and our culture cannot be bound by a passport and cannot be dictated to us by anybody other than ourselves if we are guided by the principle of self-determination.
I just want to repeat the question. Are you Jamaican or African? The question in and of itself is inherently flawed and reeks of bad faith. Because one, Jamaica is a country and Africa is a continent. Secondly, when that question, are you Jamaican or are you African, is asked, the question is not about a ancestry, it's about a present-day identity. Jamaicans are very much aware and claim their African ancestry. Many claiming the modern state of Ghana, claiming that the majority of enslaved Jamaicans came from the Gold Coast. While others lay claim to the modern state of Nigeria, claiming terms such as Red Igbo and words like Uno being their rationale. And there's even a few who cite Sierra Leone as their ancestral place of origin due to the fact that many enslaved Jamaicans actually were sent back to Sierra Leone and the similarity between Jamaican Patois and Sierra Leone Creole.
Chinese Jamaican women is teaching Jamaican descendants their history.
Had comprehension issues, so we're going to try this again. There is a fundamental difference between Chinese laborers that were brought to Jamaica in the 1800s as indentured laborers and Chinese corporations linked to the People's Republic of China that is a communist government. So over here, we have these people and they don't like these people, but they're the same people technically. So these people move from Yasso and come over Yasso with these people here. All right, these people soon come back. Now when these people arrive, there are these people. As you can see, there's plenty Coca-Cola, we have ginger beer, Inca Cola, and orange cola. All right, now at first these people didn't get along because they are separated by culture and language, but eventually these people started to understand each other, and they're like, one day, hey, let's run a boat. So then these people brought their ingredients to the pot, and these people took from their culture and put their ingredients into the pot. This is out of many sodas, one stew.
Okay, first thing that caught my attention, she talks about African Jamaicans. But before reacting, let's talk Jamaican history for context. The Jamaican accent is not purely African. It's actually influenced a lot by Irish settlers. Yeah, Irish, not African dialects. Fun facts. In 1656, Oliver Cromwell sent 2,000 Irish children to Jamaica. They were sold to English settlers. Over the centuries, 25% of Jamaicans today have Irish ancestry, including legends like Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey. Mind blown. Irish kids shaping the Jamaican accent and culture. That's something I did not expect. You think you know history, then boom, facts hit you. And honestly, this shows that Jamaican culture isn't just one thing. It's a mix. And that mix is what makes it so unique. Now in the video, she seems a little uncomfortable with African Jamaicans asserting their heritage. And as someone who is not Jamaica, here is what I think. African Jamaicans have every right to celebrate their ancestry. Colonial powers tried to erase African heritage in Jamaica, and it's amazing to see people reclaiming it proudly. From where I am standing, it seems like she is missing the bigger picture. Heritage isn't just about passports or where you live. It's history, culture, and identity. And it's interesting to see this tension within the Jamaican diaspora itself. Chinese Jamaicans, Indian Jamaicans, African Jamaicans, all different stories, all part of one nation. It really makes you think about how identity works in multicultural countries. She also talks about Africans supposedly not accepting Jamaicans. But from what I have read and seen, that's mostly false. Many Africans love Jamaicans and welcome connections with the continent. Ghana, Ethiopia, and other African countries even have cultural similarities and embrace Jamaican culture. Of course, there are a few negative voices everywhere, but the majority is positive. As a non-Jamaican, it's kind of amazing to see how Jamaica's culture travels and is respected globally. Reggae, dancehall, language. It's like a cultural ambassador. And honestly, the idea that Africans don't accept Jamaicans seem more like misinformation than reality. People love culture, and Jamaica's culture is powerful. Now here is the question that keeps coming up. Are you Jamaican or African? And as someone outside of this, wow, this is a tricky one. First off, Jamaica is a country. Africa is a continent. Apples and oranges. Many Jamaicans proudly claim African ancestry. Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. It's very specific depending on your roots. Identity isn't just about passports or color. It's history, heritage, and pride. Honestly, asking someone that question feels a bit unfair. I would be like, I'm both and proud of it. And this really highlights the difference between national identity and ancestral identity. You can be Jamaican today while honoring African roots at the same time. It's not either stroke or, it's both stroke and. And finally, Jamaica is a cultural melting pot. African, Irish, Indian, Chinese, all contributing to what Jamaica is today. The video uses a great metaphor. Out of many sodas, one stew. I love that. Different ingredients, one shared culture. And that explains a lot about why Jamaican culture is so unique. Their food, music, language, everything. As a non-Jamaican, I can't help but respect that. Out of many sodas, one stew. Boom. Perfect description. It's like cultural alchemy. So here is what I am taking away as someone watching from the outside. Heritage and identity are complex but beautiful. African Jamaicans are right to celebrate their ancestry and assert their identity. Jamaica's cultural mix is a global example of diversity working together. And honestly, watching this video made me want to learn more about Jamaican history. There is so much richness here, and it's incredible how identity, ancestry, and culture all come together. So if you enjoyed this reaction, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what surprised you the most about Jamaican culture, or the points this Chinese Jamaican woman made. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and peace out.